Good afternoon. Today it is session 6 of the PR Secret Summer School Intensive. How have you been getting on with your nailing it in 8? How have you been getting on digging for your golden nuggets? You see, all of these things which I've been teaching over the past few days and weeks are all to do with the essential research that you need to start doing in order for you to start pitching to the journalists. So today I'm going to be teaching you a bit about your client avatar. Some of you already know exactly what a client avatar is, and some people don't know what it is. And some of the people who do know what their client avatars are still ask me how they can choose or find their target pieces of hi Nikki, the target, their target audience is actual publications where they actually read. Okay, so it's all very well saying I want to get into the press, and it's hang on a sec. Where does your target audience hang out? So Nikki, where does your target audience hang out? What publications do they read? Okay, so I know that you're an amazing massage therapist, and you've actually had some amazing press coverage, so congratulations to you. Have you ever established exactly what publications that the people you use with your hands, what publications they are reading? So that's something which you need to start off doing. And today it's really exciting. Today I am featured, woohoo, in the Daily Telegraph, which is amazing. And that is because I responded to a journo request. It's so important that you have that as your daily regime. Just spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes on hashtag, go to Twitter first and go to hashtag journo requests. There's also another hashtag called PR requests as well. And just have a quick scan through it and just think, do you know what? I'm going to do this piece of, PR homework at 10 o'clock every morning. That might be too early. It might be a really good time to do it. Or I'm going to do it at 2 p.m. Whatever's a suitable time for you to take 5 or 10 minutes out of your busy working day to do a bit of self-promotion. It's a really, really good thing to do. Many people who've taken that advice when they've gone to my workshops have actually appeared, in places like Cosmopolitan or the Metro. So it really does pay. So here we are. This is a piece all about family and sisters. And it's really great because my mum's in it and my sister as well. Can you see? Here we are. There you go. That's a picture of us. Whoop, I can't point. There you go. Jane Corrie, who is actually a journalist within this group who does frequent call-outs. She was looking for people for her piece because she was writing all about a piece about sisters, because actually her book launch happened last night. And coincidentally, and it's all about blood, it's called Blood Sisters, and it's all about sisterly relationships. And today she's got a piece in the Telegraph. So that is what you call a press hook. That is how she managed to get this piece. She's a regular columnist for the Telegraph. They know that she's, that her book has just been launched, and at the end of it, it says Blood Sisters by Jane Corrie is published this week by Penguin Viking. To order your copy, blah blah blah. But it's really interesting. She's done a really interesting piece all about. Hi, Carol. All about sisters and the relationships. They can be up and down, fraught relationships. The relationship with my sister is amazing. So I used to be the punk at school. Used to get sent to the headmistress all the time for having spiky hair. And the thing is, my sister was the good one, the goody two-shoes. So it's really funny. So we weren't really best mates back in when we were at school, but actually now we are best mates. We speak to each other every single day. And I just wanted to share that story with Jane, who was looking for sisters who had good relationships or bad relationships. So that's that. That's today's amazing press mention. And then today, just talking about client avatars. Have you got a client avatar? Carol, I'm sure you know who your client avatar is, but let's just have a refresh about it. And I've got a graphic, so if you want your graphic, you've got to write in the box below graphic. So here we are. Who is your customer? What does your customer read online? What does she read in print? Or he, obviously. Where does he or she shop? What kind of shops? Is it Waitrose? Is it Aldi? What kind of clothing shops do they hang out at? Where do they work as well? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they working in the city? Do they work in a village? Where do they work? Do they work in a shared office apartment? How old is she? So geographically, where is she based, and how old is she as well? So you're getting really interesting feedback about who that person is. Where does she hang out? Does she go to a tennis club? Is she a member of a book club? What else? And what does she watch and what does she listen to? So here's my sexy avatar. My sexy client avatar, Grafico, which you can request if you say, hey, Emma, hi. So if you request and say customer avatar, I will send you this graphic. So why is it important to establish that? I'll tell you why. Because when I was running my knitwear business, it was a luxury knitwear company called Hum. Okay, here it is. So you can see it on screen. The website is still live. I keep it there so, you know, you guys can see my provenance, where I've come from. I'm not suddenly just inventing all this stuff about getting into the press. When I set up my business back in 2008, I managed to get so much press coverage and all the glossies, you know, Vogue, Tatler, Marie Claire. I've actually got Marie Claire here. I had such a massive crush on getting into Marie Claire. The woman got quite annoyed with me because I used to chase her up every single month. And in the end, she just goes, oh, right, Amanda, I'll feature you for God's sake. But it was brilliant because I got so many orders for my pom-pom scarves. But why am I telling you this? Because I know that Marie Claire readers would be my target audience when I was running my knitwear business. And here are typical client avatars. Here we go, look. I put this together for my training. So there's a picture of me, and we're all wearing my lovely alpaca knitwear sourced from Peru. So you can see these kind of women, they're kind of like Waitrose woman, affluent, because my knitwear was quite expensive. You know, to get a poncho, it would have cost you about £175. Obviously very important, very expensive to import from Peru because it's high quality, it's like cashmere. So these women, I had a typical client, I called her Retired Rose. She would come to me every single year, and she called herself, I call her Retired Rose, but she called herself the Purple Lady. She would every single year buy a new poncho or a new cardigan in a different shade of pink or purple. Amazing. So she literally just had a huge, you know, her wardrobe was stuffed full of my beautiful knitwear. But it was lovely to have her. So she was Retired Rose. Another typical avatar is Trendy Mum Martha. So who is Trendy Mum Martha? She's somebody who lives in a village or lives in a town or a suburb, really. She's got 2 young children. Her husband works in the city. They're very affluent. He earns a lot of money. They go on lovely holidays. And what else? She's got kids. Oh yes, she does boxercise, or she does running with her dog, kind of exercise. You know, she's quite up there. She shops at Waitrose and also Boden. So this is when I was selling my knitwear. And also, where does she hang out? She reads Grazia. Here's my icon for that, whatever you call it, the graphic for that. So she reads Mumsnet, so she gets a lot of her information there and mixes with people there. So it's all very well, okay, yes, right, so I understand that they read Marie Claire or they read Red or they read Country Living. What do you then do? Well, I tell you one thing. You can go off and meet your Trendy Mum Martha person, because you see, I've just seen, I've got here Country Living. Do you know that the best way to get to know people or to network is actually to go to the events? And I know that every single year Country Living does a huge event. You just go there and you get to chat to the stall holders, and you might think, do you know what, I might have a stall next year, but actually it's really expensive, like 3k or something. You don't have to do that, but you can just network and go and meet the organisers and just see what everybody else is doing, and you'll see your potential clients walking around. You can just stop them in the cafe, say, hey, how's it going? You know, I'd love to know a bit about you, or how you're enjoying the exhibition, you know, a bit of chit-chat. It's a really great way. If you need to get in contact with any influencer, go to the events. Just find out, research where the Red events are, where Psychology's events are, and just go to them. And you can very often meet the editors. I mean, last night I was at Jane Corrie's book launch, and I got speaking, this is amazing, to Anna, can't remember her surname, but she's the editor of Penguin. It's like, oh my God, just amazing to get there, because I'm going to be doing a module all about how to promote your book. So thank you for those thumbs up. I can hear that, I can tell that people are listening and watching. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it's really great to have that door. I've got her email address, and she said she'd like to hear from me again, because I told her I'd given a talk about pitching to journalists, you know, for journalists, how to pitch to their editors, sorry. So she said, I might have to have a bit of that knowledge that you're giving out, because I need to pitch to, you know, a board of directors at Penguin. So wasn't that interesting? So another avatar is Retired Rose. Here she is. This is the Purple Lady. And then you've got Happy Husband Harry. There he is, very handsome man. It's a real live man who I accosted when he was buying one of my knitwear jumpers. And he reads City AM. He lives in a London flat. He reads Evening Standard. He's around 45, good looking. Doesn't have to be good looking, but you know. He loves travelling and staying in boutique hotels, shops at Selfridges. So, okay, so we know that they shop at Selfridges. We know that they read City AM. We know that, you know, he also shops at Boden. Okay, so where does Boden, where does Selfridges, where do all of the brands that he buys, where do they advertise? So if you can then identify the newspapers where they advertise in, are the places where you need to try and secure your free press coverage. Hi Rakaya, I hope you're well. Good to see you here. So really that's what it's about, you know, for your avatars. So can anybody in the box below tell me who one of your avatars are? I know that Rakaya, you deal with AWE, awesome women entrepreneurs. Oh, I think it's brilliant. Emma, who's a typical client avatar? So whoever's here, tell me who your typical client avatar is and where you think they hang out. Like, where do they shop? So you need to know that they shop at Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's have got billboards everywhere. Okay, so that's not one thing. Where does Sainsbury's advertise? Which newspapers and magazines, and what which TV channels? So if they're on Sky all the time, it means that you need to try and get a gig doing the review papers on Sky. And you can talk to Helen Croydon about that. She's my in-house journalist, and she does very frequent news reading, you know, what do we call it, reviews. So anyway, I hope that's been helpful about the avatars. If you like the graphic, write in the box below graphic. And also, if you want to share who your client avatar is, if you know exactly who they are, I will go through it again. What does she read online? What does she read in print? Where does she shop? Where does she work? How old is she? Where does she hang out? Is it the tennis club? Is it the book club? Where does she live? And what does she watch or listen to? And that's a really good way to get to know your client. You're thinking, how the hell do I get to know my client? I tell you what you do, you just literally ask a past client or a present client. Ask them those 1, 2, 3, ask them those 8 questions, and that's your homework done for today. So thank you very much for attending session 6 of the PR Secrets sessions. And here we are, this is the press mention in today's Telegraph. I was really excited by that. Here we are, you can see me and my sister and my mama. There you go. And it pays. And do you know what an interesting thing is this? I was asked by Jane Corrie what my job title is, and I thought, well, it's a bit of a thing. So if and when you do get your press coverage, really make sure that you insist as much as you can on your actual job title. So it says here, and I was really pleased, I thought they might have cut it or edited it. It says here, personality differences can also encourage closeness in sisters. Amanda Ruiz Wright, comma, a 47, yeah, I'm 47, a 47-year-old PR expert for entrepreneurs. Woo, woo. Do you know what I mean? I was so pleased. I thought they were just going to put PR. And I ain't no PR. I'm not a PR person. Even though I teach you how to do it, I do it because I've done it. I've done the do. So Emma, thank you very much for that compliment. Great to have you on here. And I really look forward to seeing what your customer avatars, if there's any comments, I don't know if I can scroll upwards or downwards. Ta-da. Oh, you're laughing. Thank you. Here we are. Carol, are you still there? Anyway, tell me who your customer avatars are. I'd love to hear them, and let's help you get into the press. And do you know what? In 2 weeks' time, I've got 1 more week of doing the summer sessions, and then I'm going to do a webinar. And I'd like to know what you'd like the webinar about. You know, is it going to be about self-promotion? Would you like to know about how to get your book promoted? What would you like me to do the webinar on? And I'm going to host it, and it's going to be, oh, I haven't put my sunglasses on. Hola. Sanat. Hola, how are you? Thank you very much for joining. Thank you. Yes, sorry. So I was just saying, what would you like the the session to be on? You can have it on self-promo. We can go into more depth about client avatars. It can be about, you know, my 7 secrets on how to get into the press. I'm going to leave it to you to choose and to tell me what you want it to be on. And then we're all going to have to get our sunglasses on. We're going to do a Zoom call, okay? A webinar, and you can do a Q&A at the end of the session. So you can ask me all sorts of questions about getting into the press. So thanks so much for joining. And it's just about time for me to go and pick up Felix from school. So thank you.